Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining on another special day, the second day of our I welcome connecting from. Please like and share the program to our platform. Like and share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors. Share to everyone that is close to you. Try to invite someone to join us in this section. Don't be there by yourself. You must not try to be economical with the message. Share the message as much as you can. Share the message to everyone you can reach. There is no limit to the people you can touch. Today is the second day of our special sit at home. On this second day of the special sit at home, the response is even greater than the first day. Please, as you connect and join, like and share the program. Share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors. Share to everyone that is close to you. The second day of the sit at home. Remember the title of the sit at home, Special Madness to the Zoo. And for everyone that was paying attention yesterday, I believe you have seen the actions of the Liberation Army yesterday. You have seen the response of the Biafrans yesterday. And for this special sit at home, our Prime Minister made it clear that the target is all the institutions of the government in Biafran territory. All the institutions of Nigerian government in Biafran territory. Every secretariat, federal, state, and local, they are the target. Every instrument of oppression against the Biafran people in Biafran territory, they are the target. And you can see that the sit at home was massive yesterday, and today is even going to get worse. We have warned and say, don't allow yourself to fall victim. Do not put yourself in harm's way. The primary responsibility of the Liberation Army is to make sure that the life of Biafran people is secure. We want to make sure that every Biafran is safe and secure. That is the primary objective of the Biafran people. The Liberation Army of Biafra have that responsibility to make sure that every Biafran is secured wherever they are. You must not put yourself in harm's way. The Biafran government and the Liberation Army is doing everything possible to make sure that we are secured. But when you put yourself in harm's way, whatever happens to you, you will have yourself to blame. If you allow yourself to be used for propaganda or blackmail against your own people, you are going to pay a heavy price. And when I say heavy price, you might not even be alive to tell the story. Why don't you save yourself and your family that stress? Why don't you save your loved one that's stressed? The people that are trying to push you out, forcing you to disobey the order that is given by the government that is meant to protect you. The same people are going to come after you just to use you to blackmail the restoration of Biafra under our Prime Minister, Mazi Samoneko. But it will be a foolish thing for any Biafra to allow him or herself fall victim. It will be a very foolish thing for any one of us to allow him or herself to fall victim. Because we have seen again and again on so many occasions where these people were used against our own people. We have seen on several occasions where the enemies were used against us. We have seen several occasions where this blackmail was done, but still our Prime Minister is not moved. If you have not yet understood who is in charge, I am sorry for you. If you don't know the era that we are in, I am sorry for you. In the era of the dragon, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prophesied it and he said what is going to happen. But some of you are so ignorant that you don't pay attention. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. He said, whenever you raise arm for struggle, that you must not bring it down. That message was preached by our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also said it in black and white. That once the dragonfly is raised, it is not going down until freedom comes. So why do you think that putting yourself in harm's way will make Biafrans to change their direction or make Biafrans not to fight for their freedom? I am sorry. You just failed yourself. If you make yourself a sacrificial lamb, good for you. But I bet you it would have been better if you are being remembered as somebody who died fighting for Biafra. If you lose your life out of your own stubbornness, it will not do you any good. You are not going to gain anything. Please, as you join, like and share. Very important. This message today is important. Like the message, like the video, share it. Let others join us on this very program. Very important. The battle we are fighting today is a battle that we must win. This is a battle that must be won. In fact, it's a battle that has been won. It is only those who, out of their ignorance, out of their stupidity, envy, and jealousy, gave in their own life unnecessarily for no reason. But for those who are paying attention and obeying instruction, I bet you are going to raise the flag of Biafra. If you are among those paying attention, you are going to raise the flag of Biafra. We have but a short time. This is not like in those days when we were dreaming of Biafra. Like some of them who say that Biafra is a thing of the mind. Rubbish, idiots. That's an idiocy. That's the worst statement I have ever heard. Some people who are even Biafran, they tell you Biafra is a thing of the mind. That Biafra is a thing of the mind, is in the mind. Nonsense. Biafra is a nation that has existed for 3 good years, fought their way, recognized by other nations, had everything a country will have. They had their army, had their national anthem, have our map, have our government and our currency. So when we are talking about, we are not talking about something in mind or something we are imagining. It is a country that have existed, continue to exist, and we are bringing it back. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, prepare yourself, for the battle line has been drawn. And there is no going back. The only way forward today is Biafra. There is nothing you can offer us apart from Biafra. And we are not asking or begging for anything except Biafra. We have spoken about this several times, but people think it's a joke. Where we are today, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu spoke about. In fact, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu activated this force. That is why when I see somebody who claims to love Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and you hate Mazen Simon Ekpa, you are preaching for kidnapping Mazen Simon Ekpa. Those are the real saboteurs. Anybody you see, either they're on social media, on their conventional media, on private discussion, telling you that, oh, Mazen Simon Ekpa, he's too violent. Mazen Simon Ekpa, he doesn't know anything. He's too stubborn. And he tell you, oh, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a very gentle man. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been doing very well. Simon Ekpa doesn't know how to do it. When you hear that, that is a signal of a saboteur. Run for your life. Stay away from such idiots. Those are the people you must not listen to. Those are the group of people you must not deal with. Those are the group of people you must not listen to their narrative. It does not matter how their narrative sounds. It does not matter how their narrative looks beautiful. They are the true enemy of Biafrans. The only way you can know people that respect Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, love him sincerely and genuinely, are those people who are following Mazen Simon Ekpa. Every follower and supporter of Mazen Simon Ekpa is a hardcore supporter of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And we do everything to keep the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Every single thing that Mazen Simon Ekpa is doing today is to keep the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Every single step Mazen Simon Ekpa is taking today is to keep the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. There is nothing strange that he's doing. He's not pursuing his own agenda. Just like he swore and said that any day he goes into any private discussion with any government, anybody, for himself, for his own selfish and personal interests, that let his late mother strike him dead and dumb. No sensible person makes such oath with his or her late parents. You don't do such, except when you are very sure of what you are doing. Mazen Simon Ekpa took that oath in the public. He has uttered so many statements, and what else do you want him to say to convince you? Well, the stage is set. The stage is set for those who want to be free to be free. As for those who don't want to be free, it does not matter what you do or how you try to force them. They will never change. And we are not waiting for those group of people. We are focused on ourselves. We are focused on our own freedom. We are focused on our collective interests as Biafrans. If you are a Biafran, at this moment, you are still chasing personal interests. I'm sorry for you. You see, at this time, this period of time is a time where the wheat is being separated from the chaff. The battle is not just physical, it is also spiritual. And in this year that we are in, before 2nd of December, many people will go down. If you are among those who have said, over your dead body will Biafra come, prepare. Because what you are waiting for is that declaration, and it's going to come. The beauty of it all is that the Prime Minister of Biafra did not take you unaware. He gave everyone the chance to prepare him or herself for those who want to die, to prepare for their burials. So you wouldn't say you are not told. Every single person today that has sworn that Biafra will not come will go down from now to December. It is not a threat, neither is it wickedness or a bad wish. This is the prayer they made for themselves. Those of their prayer will be answered. Every single of that prayer they made for themselves will be answered because they say over their dead body. My fellow Biafran people, today being the second day of the special sit at home, if you know that your brother, your friend, your sister is in Biafran territory and he or she is not obeying this sit at home, if you don't want to mourn him or her, please pick up your phone now and call the person. As long as he or she is alive, they will always have a job. As long as you are alive, you always have a job. But once you are gone, the criminal government is going to employ someone else in your place, even before your burial. They are going to use you to experiment. They are going to use you to blackmail us. But I call it stupidity for any Biafran to think that at this period of time, that your blackmail can make us stop doing what we are doing. No amount of blackmail will stop the restoration of Biafra. No amount of blackmail will make us war freedom. Gone are days when we listen to distractors. The beauty of it all that every single distractor that have been in this very movement, they are all gone. Every single distractor, they are all gone. Those ones that are remaining, they are silent, and any moment they are dictated. If you are a distractor, it doesn't matter your position, you are going. Our said it time and again that he doesn't have a special friend when it comes to the restoration of Biafra. Don't say you are his friend. He is there to pilot the restoration of Biafra. He's there to lead us into freedom. So if you think that you are so special and so close, you are a fool. Because many people who are much more special and closer than you have gone. This one is for those of us who are still in the struggle, including myself. There is nobody that's indispensable. It doesn't matter what you think you have offered or you can offer. There is someone else out there who is waiting to replace you. You must guide yourself. That this point that we have gotten today, the point that Biafran restoration have gotten today, you have to guide yourself. This is not the time to lose your guard. This is not the time to fall out. This is not the time to say you didn't know. This is not the time to fall victim. This is the time to hold yourself and stand even stronger than you have ever been. So my people of Biafra, if you have made it this far, you are lucky and you should be grateful to Chukwu Okike. There is a reason why he made you to get this far. But if you are not able to make it this far, for those of them who are not able to make it through this far, if you have fought sincerely and you lost your life in the cause, your glory will remain for you. You will always be remembered. A stone will be laid in your name. But if you have fallen out and you are not able to stand up to this time, sorry. I pray you find your way back. But remember, the Prime Minister has said, if you fall, you fall. There's no coming back. Those who are standing will continue to walk until Biafra is restored. Today is the second day of the sit at home. Special sit at home. Special madness to the zoo. The Prime Minister spelled it out. The target is all the secretariat of Nigerian government in Biafra territory. Every single secretariat in Biafran territory, they are the targets. All those secretariats, either federal, state, or local, if you are being employed in any one of them, this is the time to take a wise decision and save yourself. If you don't save yourself, nobody's going to save you. If you make yourself available for propaganda, it will not stop Biafra from coming. It will not remove Mazi Simon Ekpa as the Prime Minister. It will not stop me from coming to broadcast. We are not going to mourn you. And we will only use your video and pictures, for example, to teach other people a lesson. If you don't want your corpse to be used to teach people a lesson, you must rise up now and do what you're supposed to do. But if you fail to do what you're supposed to do, you will have yourself to blame. You will have yourself to blame. And you might not have the opportunity to make that correction. Make the correction now while you can. Make the correction while you can. You might not have that opportunity in the near future. There are several programs out there today to see that everybody is carried along. You know, when our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano was with us, there are certain songs that the saboteurs always sing. Those people who are distracting him, they always look for an excuse. Some will tell you they are not told. One of the excuses they were using then was, what is your roadmap? What is your roadmap? It was always a question about roadmap. But in the era of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, that question have died a national death. You don't hear it anymore. Because Mazi Simon Ekpa spelled out his roadmap from day one. And every now and again, he keeps on reminding us that the restoration of Biafra is fought in multi-dimensional system. It is fought in self-defense. It is fought diplomatically. It is fought politically. And today, he didn't only mention those. He has shown us that every single statement he has made, he is following up. In all those three multi-dimensional systems he mentioned, every single one of them is active, very, very active. And I'm going to tell you one after the other. It is important that I remind you, because some of us are very forgetful, in case you have forgotten. In the armed struggle today, on self-defense, Biafra land is locked down by the Liberation Army of Biafra. They are giving the enemy woto-woto. It is woto-woto to every terrorist in Biafran territory, either with uniform or off uniform. They have been given an ultimatum to leave Biafra land, but they refused. They were given an ultimatum to leave Biafran territory. They refused. They stubbornly stayed behind. And as we speak, so many of them are falling. And they will never be a match to Biafran people. The only thing they do is that whenever they are being defeated, they go after innocent Biafrans, destroying properties, destroying houses. This has been their game, trying to distract us with us. But let me tell you, Biafrans can never be distracted. You cannot distract the Biafran people. We are focused because we know what we want. We are focused because we know the direction we are going. We are focused because we have seen their propaganda in the past. It didn't start today. There is no game they will play today that they have not played before. There is no game that they will play today that they have not played in the past. Every single game they are playing today, they have done in the past, and we have seen it all. And we are not distracted. On self-defense, we are doing wonderfully well. Then when you come to the political side, Biafra is doing marvelously well politically. On that political side, you see the self-referendum, where Biafran people are given their mandate, voting in mass. They are voting for the exit from the zoo. Today, as we speak, Biafra is having 49 million plus vote. As at yesterday, we saw thousands of Biafrans lining up, continue voting. They are still voting. Still voting. And remember, this is the second phase of the vote. After the second phase of the voting, we are going to enter the third and the final phase. And in Finland, the final result will be released. The self-referendum vote today is a massive, massive success. It's a massive success. There has never been any president in Nigeria from independent to date voted in with the number of votes Biafrans are getting today. It has never happened. There has never been any president that scored up to the number of the vote, not even half of it. That should ring a bell to every sensible government across the world, to every organization across the world. There is no organization or country in the world that will see the final results and will not support Biafra. When our lobbyists said that our prime minister have assaulted the Zoological Republic, they didn't know what it means. You know what? Referendum. They were pushing the propaganda. They said, why are you doing it online? Why are you voting online? Come on the ground and do it. Why are you just online doing it? When the time was right, we came on the ground. And even as we speak, people are still voting. With this time that Biafrans are sitting at home, many of them are casting their vote. Many of them are casting their vote, making sure that they give their mandate. We know that they say in politics that number is very important. And in politics, they say the majority wins the vote. We are in it. I don't know who is going to tell Biafra not to get out of Nigeria with the kind of vote we are getting today. I don't know somebody who will not support Biafra with the kind of vote we are getting today. When the lobby said that we have outsmarted the Zoological Republic, that is it. And from now till the end of the year, something is going to happen. The zoo is aware. The politicians are aware. That is why they are stealing everything in their part. They are all aware. That is why they are stealing everything on their part. They are not sparing anything. They are running over and stealing everything that comes their way. And those of you who claim to be one Nigerians, you'll be left with your fate. You'll be left on your own. By then it's too late. But for us Biafrans, we see ahead of time. At every given point in time, from the onset, we see beforehand. The only man who had a short sight, who could not see, is Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe was the only man who took a poor decision from the onset. Every other leader we had was smart. Dim Odemegwu Ojukwu. As at then, he saw that restructuring would have done something better then. and he called for it. Nobody listened. Instead, they brought war upon us. But after almost 60 years, they are now coming back. They are coming back to go for that very thing. That very thing that we asked for. And they called it abomination. Today, they are going for it. And they expect us to now be marking time with them. Not in this lifetime. It's not going to happen. We have crossed that area and we are not going back there. The only solution to the problem of the zoo is to end it, and everybody will go his or her own way to build a nation of his or her choice. We have made that decision and we are going unstoppable. Any attempts to stand on the way of our freedom, you will be crushed. Any attempts to try and stop us, that will mark your end. Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, if you have made it this far, count yourself lucky. Politically, we have won. Then when you come to the diplomatic stage, you can see within a space of 1 month of employing the service of a lobbying group, we have seen practical work that they have done. Within a space of 1 month that we employ the service of a lobbying firm, we have seen practical work done. It's not by making noise, practically. Unlike in the previous time, when criminals caged Mazen Nandekan, criminals surrounded Mazen Nandekan, and they were stealing right, left, and center. When I was doing my program in the morning, I just played a video of a meeting that was held a week before Mazen Nandekan was kidnapped. A week before the kidnapping of Mazen Nandekan, in that very meeting, that was the last meeting they held. In that very meeting, one of those criminals stood up and he was saying that IPOB paid $750,000 to a consultant to go and consult for Biafra in America. Oh my God. $750,000 was paid to a consultant to go and consult for Biafra. This is part of the money that they stole, and because of that, they decided that they will sell Mazen Nandekan. From every indication, you know that that money was shared among the criminals. They shared the money among themselves, and no consultation was made. They didn't do any consultation, because you can't tell me that you did consultation and Mazen Nandekan was kidnapped. The United States did not alter a word. Instead, they go ahead and sold Tucano jet to Nigeria. Then what is the essence of your consultation? Who were you consulting? Who were you dealing with? Who were you talking to? What nonsense were you doing that you call consultation? Obviously, they took the money and shared among themselves and pretend to be consulting for Biafra. That's exactly what happened. And even if you think it's a conspiracy theory, now I want you to compare it to the situation today. Compare it to where we are today, with very little funds, that was given to our Prime Minister. Every one of you watch the fundraising that is being done every Saturday. It is not done in the secret. You watch the fundraising that is being done every Saturday and you see the amount that is being donated. With that little amount that has been donated today, the Prime Minister has been able to take Biafra to a different level. Has been able to engage Nigerian government to the highest level. He has been able to equip the army of Biafra. Today, Biafra has an army well equipped with sophisticated weapons to defend Biafran territory. With that little amount, he has been able to get a lobbying firm, well known. We know the names of the people who are there. They have spoken to us. They have identity. You can verify them. Former MPs in the United States. These are people you can verify their identities. None is done in the secret. The lobbying firm is in the open. And we have seen the progress, immense progress that was done with little or no amount. Then you can imagine what Master Simon would do if they bring that $750,000 that was given to these criminals and they share among themselves. If that kind of money is in the hand of our Prime Minister, you know what to expect. You know how far we would have gone. You should know how far we would have gone. But these criminals got this money and they shared it among themselves. Every one of them. And they went ahead to kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu so that question will not be asked. They began to prepare to destroy everything that has to do with the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. They went ahead to destroy the security outfit that was created by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They sold the security outfit out and gave it to the governors, which they themselves confessed that the governor approached them and they handed over the security outfit that was meant to protect our people, even when they know that the Nigerian government does not give us protection. They gave up that security outfit. They didn't stop there. They began to fight to see that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not released. After they have stolen $750,000. I didn't say it, it's on video. They confessed to it. Now you understand why they are fighting Mazi Simon Ekpa. They think he has a criminal mind like that. And some of them who are ignorant, now you understand why they begin to imagine. How does he get the money to do what he's doing? And some of them begin to push the propaganda that he's being sponsored by foreign bodies. He's being sponsored by the politicians. He's being sponsored by this, sponsored by that. Because they know that when it comes to them, they can't do anything. They share money among themselves. But in the era of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, we can see that he's putting to use every penny that comes to him. He's putting to use every dime that comes to his office. Our Prime Minister has proven himself. He has nothing else to prove to anybody. So today, if you choose to support Biafra, good for you. If you choose not to support Biafra, good for you. You can't stop it from coming. It is going to come, with or without you. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, it is going to come. If you do good, you do yourself. If you do bad, you do yourself. The reason why we are speaking today is that it's not that we are scared, or that if you don't repent, you are going to stop the coming of Biafra. You cannot. Whether you agree or not, you cannot add anything. You can't stop the coming of Biafra. You can't. Even in a million years, Just like Mazen Nandekan have said in the past, that you cannot stop IPOB. Some people thought it was just a word said to maybe in a boastful way. They thought it was just a word to encourage people. No. When Mazen Nandekan said that you cannot destroy IPOB, he knows what he put on the ground. He knows that the project is not even his. The project is in the hand of Chukwu Okikabiam. And Chukwu Okikabiam will always raise a soldier for himself. That was why Mazen Simon Ekpa was raised. Even before Mazen Nandekan was taken away from us. Before Mazen Nandekan was taken away, already Chukwu Okikabiam gave us somebody. And the person he gave us stood his ground. And the person he gave us today is doing an excellent job, doing everything humanly possible to see that Biafra becomes a reality. It doesn't matter what you think, it doesn't matter what you believe, it does not matter whether you support him or you don't support him, because he has the anointing and the grace from Chukwu Okikabiam, he continues to do exploit. He continues to do exploit against the belief that many had. So many people thought that he's going to fall by the wayside. Many thought that he's going to lose it. There are so many people who believed that Biafra is not going to come, that we cannot make it. Some of them, when you talk to them, they'll ask you, how many jet fighters do you have? They will ask you, how many armored tanks do you have? Some of them will begin to tell you how many barracks Nigerian government have. Just like those who brought the fake report to the Israelites. You remember the story in the Bible that we are told, those of us who are Christian, that the story in the Bible, when spies were sent to the promised land, spies were sent to go and check and see if they can be able, how the land that Chukwu Okikabiam told them to possess, how is it? Go and check. Those spies went. But among the spies that went, there was some. The very first set, they came with bad report. People cannot see beyond their nose. They came and they were telling the children of Israel that, no, you can't do it. You cannot. They say they saw giants. That the people in the land are giants. They are heavy, great giants. That they are going to crush the Israelites. The Israelites will not succeed. They can't make it. And the second set we are sent. When the second set went, of course, they saw the same thing that the first was saw. But because they know whom they are, and they know who sent them, they came back and brought a good report. They say, we shall go, we shall conquer, and we will overtake. And the children of Israel went. They conquered. They took the land over. And today, that is the land of Israel. The strongest nation in the world today. We are on the same time. There are still some Biafrans today that are telling you that, oh, what will sit at home give you? They will tell you, why are you sitting at home? Oh, your sit at home is just suffering yourself. You are just punishing your people for nothing. What do you think you can achieve by the sit at home? At the same time, those idiots are still crying about the economy of the zoo. And what will sit at home give you? Sit at home is not going to do anything. You are killing your people. You are suffering your people. These are the idiots that come with fake report. But there are those of us, we are in great numbers, that knows that the only way And the only life we have is when we have Biafra. It's only when we have Biafra that our life will be guaranteed. Only when we have Biafra, that is when our safety will be guaranteed. Only when we have Biafra, that is when we can be able to be proudly say that yes, we have a life. It is unfortunate that today, countries that we are better than, they are living larger, more than us. Countries that don't have 1/4 of what we have, they are living better than us. We are being forced to live like slaves. We are in a nation where the children of the king will be riding, walking on foot, and the slaves will be riding on horses. Who will accept that? No one will accept that. No one will accept that. Only an idiot will accept that. We are blessed. Chukwukama gave us a nation, gave us a land filled with milk and honey. And our duty is to protect that land and secure it, make it what it should be. But they have tried to drag us away from a land flowing with milk and honey. They want to force us out of that land. We didn't make ourselves Biafra. I didn't choose. I was not allowed to choose where I would be, if I would be a Biafra or not. I didn't choose that I would be a Biafra. I was born and I found myself as a Biafran. I was born as a Biafran. And the only thing I owe nature is to defend and protect that area that nature has given me. I cannot allow anybody to take away that right from me. I did not create myself. Chukwu Okike Abiyama, in his infinite mercy, when he was making me a Biafra, did not consult me. He doesn't need my consultation. He didn't consult me because he is the omnipotent, omniscience. All decision is his. I cannot challenge his decision. And that is it. Today, the land we are fighting to defend is our own land that he gave to us. We are not fighting to colonize anybody. Never. Biafra has never, ever, at any point in time, made a move to colonize anybody. Right from time, Biafra has never. It is not because they are not strong. It is not because we don't have the wealth. It's not because we don't have the resources. Not because we don't have the population. Not because we don't have the manpower. We have all this better than any other group. Every other tribe in that contraption called Nigeria made a move of colonization, but we never did that. And yet they are still accusing us of being domineering. They use that language, domineering, to confuse our brothers who are supposed to be fighting along with us. They use that their language of domineering. They say we want to dominate them. But I want you to look critically and see who are the people who are really dominating other people. In the case of Biafrans, what they call dominating is hard work. For every position that the Biafran acquire in Nigeria, they go through it through hard work. It is through hard work. And every one of them confess to it. This is a fact that everybody knows. Even our enemies confess to that the Biafran people are hardworking. They don't beg, they don't depend on people. Even international media investigators that came to Nigeria have found out and discovered that these people are very hardworking. And that was why we were able to survive after 3 years of civil war. Everything we had was taken away, no matter the amount of money you have in the bank. They seized it and they were giving people 20 pounds only. Before the war, the Biafran people were the one holding the economy. They were the richest before the war. Greed, envy, and jealousy made Awolowo to sign that, and they stole everything from Biafra. Even when Awolowo himself was one of the persons that is supposed to be favored for the revolution that they called Igbo coup. Yet he was the one, out of greed, envy, and jealousy, that signed up that the whole money of Biafran should be seized. They took away everything. But go to Nigeria today, go and check the statistics. The Biafrans are the one today holding the economy. The Biafrans have taken back the economy. The Biafrans are in charge. The Biafrans are doing exploit. In every ramification, in every angle, Biafrans are in charge. Educational-wise, they are there. Business-wise, they are there. In sports, they are there. What is that you want to talk about that they are not there? Even with the very difficult and stringent condition that they gave them in Nigeria. With the difficult condition, go to Biafra land. Every single development you see in Biafra land is done by individuals. The federal government has no business in Biafra land. After 50 years plus, they are still talking about second Niger bridge under construction. Only just yesterday, some idiots are celebrating the Southeast whatever development fund. I don't know what they call it. After more than 50 years of civil war, they told us that they are going to implement 3R: reconstruction, rehabilitation, and reintegration. None was done up to today. So when you see somebody celebrating the Southeast Development Fund, that person is an idiot. Any politician celebrating, or any Biafran celebrating the Southeast Development Fund that they said they signed, that bill they signed, is madness. You are mad. After more than 50 years. And all this is you are seeing is just a distraction. It is not even as if they are serious with it. It is a distraction. Because every time they see that Biafrans are serious, anytime they realize that these people are serious, what do? They bring up one project to confuse the Biafrans. Anytime they see that we are making a move, they will pop up one distraction from one angle. When we were making a hell of progress, they came up and they brought Igbo presidency. And when you look at their Igbo presidency, it seems, oh, they are sincere about it, but it was all a lie, a fraud. In that Igbo presidency, everybody were supporting, oh, Peter Obi. They were trying to use the London ball to strategize and confuse us. They were using the London ball. We shouted and shouted and shouted and shouted. Some people still ignorantly and foolishly continue to support. But for us, who have seen it all, we see 1,000 miles ahead. We continue to speak and we continue to stand our ground until it came to a time every one of them understood that Nigeria is not meant for them. And some of them are still pretending that Nigeria is meant for some Biafrans. Some stupid and idiotic Igbo Biafrans mainly are still believing that Nigeria has a space for them. That is why an idiotic senator will come and be celebrating Southeast Development Fund after more than 50 years. You want us to clap for you. You want us to clap for your government. Well, I trust my Biafran people that we have seen it all. There is no amount of blackmail, propaganda, or distraction that is going to get our attention. At this point, the only thing we have today is Biafra. So it is either Biafra or Biafra. They can continue to pretend we have just some few months more. That is why our Prime Minister have begged and urged every Biafran, and I'm still begging, if you are affected in your area on what is happening today, if your area is on the front of the attack, please be patient. Just take yourself out of harm's way. Put yourself away from harm's way. In a very short while, the battle will be won, and all this will be over. In a short while, you will have every cause to be happy again. In a short while, you will not have any complaint anymore to make. So my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Kabiama to please obey simple instruction. Your life is important. We are seeking for a nation where every one of us will be alive. Every one of us that have made it this far, we are supposed to raise the flag. Don't give up your life carelessly. Do not allow somebody to smoke your life out carelessly. At this point in time, every one of us must be very careful. You have to be security conscious at all times. Be security conscious. Don't you ever take anything for granted. The only secret to survive is obeying simple instruction. When you hear sit at home, please sit. Whenever you hear some instruction, sit. Don't expect anybody to come and beg you or lie down and tell you what to do. Wherever you are, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Kabiama to please, and please, obey simple instruction for your own sake. It will be a thing of joy that every one of us will be part of the Biafra we have fought for. We have lost a huge number of people, and we cannot continue to lose. We can no longer continue to sacrifice. We have made enough sacrifice, and it is time for freedom. So my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching me from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Kabiama to stay strong. The sit at home will continue. It is going to last today and tomorrow, and then we have a break one day. We go into Friday. A special sit at home. It's a very special one, and must be obeyed. We must follow it to the last. Do not pay attention to any distraction. Don't pay attention to any evil one. They are going to try to distract you, but you must not allow it. They are going to try to endanger your life. You must not allow it. Whenever they come, always remember that you have a mission. And the mission we have is to be free. We will pursue our freedom until we find it. It is very, very certain that we will be free. There is no doubt if we are going to be free or not. Every step that we're going to take today is going to amount to success. And whatever decision the zoo takes today will be for an own advantage. Whatever they do is for our own advantage. In the protest they are hosting, you know we are not part of them in their protests. They have tried to use their propaganda to drag us into it. We don't care. We have made our position known and very clear. So whatever they choose to do, it's up to them. We have chosen our own path. We do not want anything that has to do with the zoo, not their presidency, not restructuring, not regional government. We want outright independent, and we're going to get it. We're not begging for it. We'll get it. We're going to take it. We'll take it. And it is time for us to do so. So, obey simple instruction. Continue to sit at home until the end of the journey. Support the Biafran Liberation Army. Try to follow the IOU loan. The IOU loan that the Biafran government have established. If you are loaded and you want a guarantee to be sure before you support Biafra, make your consideration. Apply for IOU loan. Once you apply, whatever loan you give to Biafra will be paid double. It will be paid back to you double. 100% interest. 100% interest. And there is another program for all those money bags who are scared of getting involved. You want to have a personal discussion with our Prime Minister? The room is open. You send in your application through the site. Your application will be processed and you have the opportunity to meet our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister is holding the meeting twice in a week. So you will not have any excuse to say, this is why I refuse to support. This is why I did not support. Fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that have been with me on this very message today. We have come to the end of the message, and I hope to see you again tomorrow on the third day. Tomorrow, the third day, it is going to be even harder. Every day it will increase. May Chukwu Okike Magara and protect them from Biafra government, peace, unity, progress, and equity. We move airborne. See you next time.